Leos, what's up, Leos? So, if you saw the spirit messages, I wanted to do something to help us move into 2020, and I decided that I was going to use tough shit and kind of do a series on what do we need to release to move into 2020. Now, we got to be realistic. Everything is not going to be settled in a month and a half, but for some of you, the healing has already started. Some of you have already been working on some issues that have been kind of holding you back. And for a few of you, you're ready to move into 2020. You just need a little bit more insight into what you need to focus on. For a few, you may have been struggling this whole year and holding on to things, and it's like, okay, what do I do? Where do I start? If you need that, then this will give you some type of guidance on what you need to start focusing on or looking into to maybe release things that are holding you or keeping you stagnant or limiting your growth into the new year. So let's get into it, Leo. Leo. What is holding Leo back? What do they need to release to move forward? 2020, what's going on with the Leos? Leo. Remember when I used to roar, you guys? I finally came out of that stage. I think some of you had put some type of hex or something on me where I was on here, roaring like a lion for a little bit, and I had to do a couple of cleanses to get that shit off of me. So I'm all right. No roaring, even though I want to. Let's see. Leos. Let's see what the spirit has. The energy of your father and his lineage are currently being played out in your choice and actions. Remember that you can honor your father without becoming your father. You are ready for love, but you are feeling shy about finding it. Shyness is an expression of fear and embarrassment. Start with small steps that negate the risk of rejection, such as creating an online dating profile. This card indicates loneliness, disconnection, and possibly depression. You are not physically showing up in your life. Start by taking a shower, dressing up, spending a little time out the house. Just 15 minutes of people watching at a local coffee shop will do a world of good. Can even help you find the confidence to get involved in some local group activities. Card is an appearance that suggests a vacation or move is long overdue. A change of physical environment will improve your spiritual and physical well-being. Consider an energetic reset button. Okay, 2 more. You have been dishonest with yourself about your feelings, and this is beginning to affect your personal relationships. If you can admit harsh truths to yourself, you can harness the power of forgiveness in order to move on. The nagging feeling that you have not been fitting in or being wanted is very valid. Your boss or coworkers or even family may not be appreciative of you. Remember that you can appreciate yourself instead and allow that self-love to be contagious. Very interesting, because some of these cards I would not feel would connect with Leo. But for some of you, you may be going through this energy. So let's deal with this card of loneliness, disconnection, and depression. Some of you are going through a very hard time, and this could be endings. I keep getting endings and transformation or transition. So a few of you could be dealing with the loss of a loved one. My condolences if you have lost family or friends, anybody close to you. For some of you, this is the ending of a friendship or a relationship. This could be a divorce that is really kind of keeping you conflicted. I feel like a lot of you could be pushing yourself to move forward, but maybe you haven't quite healed or let go of the energy that could still be lingering on. And for some of you, you don't feel connected to the people around you. Now, for some of you, you could be dealing with somebody who is depressed, and maybe you're trying to help move that person along, but those feelings could be lingering on you. It does show that if you are the one that is dealing with depression, that this may be a chance for you to look into some type of therapy, whether this is traditional therapy or spiritual therapy, where you could be going on retreats. It seems like a lot of you are coming into a place, Leo, where it's like you're rediscovering who you really are. This could be a reset, like the cards are saying. I used to be this and I used to be that, and in some kind of way you fell off. You lost yourself. Now, you could have lost yourself within a person, could have lost yourself within energy. There may have been something traumatic that just turned your world upside down, and now you're realizing that the life or the path that you had maybe wasn't the person that you wanted to be. and maybe it wasn't the person you were supposed to be. I feel like a lot of you kind of put yourself, um, it's almost like you merged. I keep getting like two people coming together. So for some of you, whether this is a business, a relationship, a marriage, a partnership, whatever you look at it, you may have merged into someone and felt like everything or your energy was kind of going towards their growth or a common growth. And now you're realizing that maybe that wasn't the best thing for you. For some of you, you may be kind of falling back in on your strength. Like, that's not what I wanted. That's not the direction, or that's not the life that I envisioned for me. So I feel that there is some type of clarity that is coming out where a lot of you may be cutting people away from you. You may be cutting environments away from you. You may be even cutting things that you thought used to bring you joy that you find are not bringing you joy. And some of you are kind of going back to things from the old, things that may remind you of who you are, bring you back to your spirit or your energy. For some of you, I do definitely get issues with a male figure. This could be father, this could be husband, this could be brother, could be a male friend. Some of you may be allowing your feelings from childhood that have to deal with a father or a parent maybe dictate how you're reacting to people around you. Some of you may be realizing that you've been a little bit too overbearing with people in your life, and maybe because you grew up with somebody who could have been overbearing to you. There is issues of manipulation, Leo, and for some of you, this could be you manipulating other people because you can, and this was something that you learned as a child, and you probably learned it from a father figure. Whether this is your biological father, stepfather, or somebody that raised you, some of you, there's a part of a person in you that you may not 100% be comfortable with. You may not even feel like you connect with this person, but Spirit is saying that there's a part of this person that you have, and there may be issues that you don't like about that. I think a lot of times that when we grow up and we look back at our parents, a lot of times when I wake up in the morning, I see my mom, you know, and it's just like, oh, and she's beautiful, but it's almost like I never thought I would look like her. And then sometimes when I talk to my kids, I realize, oh my God, I'm becoming my mom. I sound like her. Now, some of these things are positive attributes. Some of them I prefer not to have because I didn't particularly care for them. Some of you may be coming to the conclusion that there's some things about you that rub people the wrong way, and it may be vices that you didn't particularly like with somebody that you grew up with, that you're realizing, oh my God, I kind of do this. Be careful that you're not throwing tantrums or alienating people because you feel like it can manipulate them. For some of you, I feel like you may have had somebody that manipulated or taught you how to manipulate. Now, for some of you, you could be dealing with people that are doing this to you, but it's showing cutting away energies that are not conducive for your growth. So if you're dealing with people that are like this, a lot of you are going to walk away from this because it's not who you are. It's not who you want to be. Now, there is a nagging feeling of not fitting in. And for some of you, it is showing issues with maybe I get rejection, and what would it be? Not getting attention. Some of you need a certain amount of attention to be seen a certain way to push you to move forward. And if you don't feel that way, you have issues with that. Now, it is showing that you are different. You're not supposed to fit in with everybody. So if you are getting this feeling moving into 2020 that, oh, I'm not with this group, I'm not with this clique, some of you weren't meant to be in that. You were meant to stand alone. You were probably meant to start your own thing. And that could be with this direction of realizing that the direction you are moving in is not who you really are. It's not what you really want. Some of you are coming to that conclusion that that's not for me. So if you were dealing with packs or dealing with moving along with people because maybe you felt like you were growing, we were growing something together, I feel like a lot of you are kind of separating from that. And it's like, no, I want to focus in on me. I want to focus in on me, especially if you're with a group of people and you don't feel like you're getting the attention that you need. And for some of you, that's major. It's like, what the fuck? I'm a Leo. You're not looking at me. You're not giving me what I need. And for some of you, that could go back to childhood where it's like, you know what, I didn't get enough of this, but I know I deserve it. And some of you could be using unhealthy ways to get it. But I do feel like if there is something where you don't feel like you being appreciated or utilized, you don't want to do it. You don't want to do it, and you shouldn't. If there's not anything that's reciprocated, and this is even going back towards you, if the person is not getting what they need from you, it's time to move forward. And for some of you, you are. You could be moving. There could be even talks of a vacation, needing to get away and find who you are, recharging, resetting your button. Some of you within this year have been pushing so hard, but maybe you've been doing this for other people that you kind of lost yourself in that somewhere in that movement, somewhere in the actions. It's like, I'm gonna do this for them, and then I'm gonna do this for this, and I'm gonna make this person happy, and then I'm gonna get what I need because I'm a Leo. Well, some of you lost yourself within that path, or either you dealt with somebody who manipulated. So it is showing that there is a need to re-establish who you are, connect with passions, connect with things that make you happy, that make you feel empowered. Now, it is showing for a lot of you that you've been dishonest about this, which means that you haven't been very vocal about what you need. You haven't told people this, and so a lot of people around you have no idea what you need, what you want, what's going to make you happy in 2020. And a lot of this is because maybe you're being prideful. You feel like, I don't have to share this with people because I'm a Leo, I'll make it happen. Well, newsflash, even if you're a Leo, you still need other people. You need support. You need help. Some of you have kind of gotten into this thing where it's like, I'll do it myself, but it's wearing you down. There's a loss of energy. There's a loss of direction. And for a few of you, you may need to go away so that you can find it. You may need to take a spiritual journey so that you can find you, so that you can reconnect with the energy of who you are and rediscover passions. There's definitely growth that's coming in for you guys, but I do feel like there's boundaries that need to be set. Some of you are you're going too far one way. Either you're being very dominating and bossy with people in your life, or you're being very passive and going along with the flow. And there has to be some kind of come into the middle thing for success for you to feel balanced. Now, I do feel whatever direction it is, you're going to do what you need to do for you. But I feel like there's a need to recharge, to figure out, what do I want right now at this point in my life? What is going to make me happy? And not feel bad about wanting it, not feeling like you're selfish. For some of you, that's going to be the balance of moving away from being too selfish to being indifferent. I'm too passive. Whatever comes my way, comes my way. And then you have the other one over here. It's like, whatever I want, I get. But you're hurting people, or you're making relationships difficult because some people are not wanting to be around you because of that. So you got to find your balance. Now, for some of you, this could be you deciding, I don't want to be around this energy. It is showing that some of you are going to have to look into your personal relationships and forgive people who need to be forgiven, and let go of things that are holding you hostage. For a lot of you, there's this need. And I don't want to say for punishment, but for a few of you, there's this obsession with maybe making people pay, but it's kind of keeping you locked too. It's keeping you from things that you want to do because there could be an obsession of wanting to handle something, and it comes from anger. For some of you, you may have grew up with a father or somebody that had some issues with anger or selfishness, and you're seeing certain of these things in yourself that you don't like. And for some of you, you're growing away from that, and it's showing that you want to be more balanced. You want to feel more happy. You want to have the attention on you, but for the right reasons, or for the reasons that make you feel more validated in a way that brings success and enlightenment to you. It is showing that for some of you, you're going to have to take a trip. You're going to have to get away from your environment to connect with this energy. And for a lot of you, I feel like it's a spiritual journey, connecting with people, like-minded people that bring you back to who you were, what your passion is, what really makes you happy, what really makes you tick, what motivates you. So a lot of you are finding your motivation, and it comes in the form of cutting away people cutting away dead weight, forgiving people and moving on, not being upset 15, 20 years with people, not holding on to that shit and letting go of daddy issues. Issues that have to do with males in your life where it's like, I have to dominate or I have to prove to you. No, you don't. All you have to do is be happy, be who you are, follow your path, follow your passion, something that motivates you. A lot of you have a lot of fire energy that's coming around you, but you're not using it to your benefit. You're kind of cowering down. For some of you, you want to open up a new love relationship, or you want to explore. You want to try some new things, but you're afraid that you're going to get rejected, or you're afraid that you're going to be embarrassed by what people are going to say. For some of you, why does it matter? You're a lion, you're a Leo, you're a leader, you're not a follower. So for some of you, you have to kind of move into that energy and say, you know what? This is what I want. This is what I deserve, and I can make it happen. I have the power to make this happen. The only way you lose it is if you give up on it, or you let somebody else take it. For some of you, though, you're too strong-willed with power that you're not allowing people to get close to you. You're not allowing yourself to be vulnerable. So there has to be a balance, Leo. And it's showing for a lot of you. You're going to find it because next year is going to be a really great year. More money, more opportunities that come in. And for some of you, you're moving away. You're relocating to a place that actually it uplifts you. It brings out who you are and it empowers you. You're rising in your power. And I think I saw this in Libra. Some of you could be working with a Libra person to get there, but it is showing growth and it's showing positive growth. Deal with the daddy issues. Go to therapy if you need to. If you're open for love, take the chance. Don't be afraid. And for some of you, when the move comes, be fearless. Open that door and say, you know what? This place doesn't serve me anymore. Let's try something different. Take the leap of faith. Be the leader that you are. A lot of you need to. You're not a follower. This depression, this not taking care of yourself, it's not your energy. It's not who you are. If you need help, get the help for it. But for a lot of you, this is going to be your struggle. Moving past that energy and growing into your power. And you are. You're getting ready to roar, lions. You better make it good. Love you.